Doggy. The explosive events in the forest cabin. Remember when we just solved a case where a guy shoved a guy off a cliff and we're like, that's him, he killed him. Burkham Workhouse. It's a bunch of pictures of hats. Henchman for hire in Timberbrook region. Billy Cracker. Oakwood Gang, Brawler, Robber. Hardy Abe. Oh. Well, already got these out of order, so... Billy Cracker, Hardy Abe. Burkham Workhouse Brawler has a cart. Little Billy. There's two Billies. Hobbs Gang Burglar enters through chimneys. Jack Nails. Timberbrook Inn. Burglar. Picklock. Who are you and how'd you get in here? I'm a locksmith. And I'm a locksmith. See, there's not much to go on there yet, but I'm sure we can review that later for more info. Doggy. Grar. Wow. It's quite a face. A little Pip? Go, Coin, go! Did you name your dog Coin? Did these two come in here to kill them, but they won? And now the dog's kicking ass? Oh yeah, little Pip let the dog out. Ah, by the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. They were pre-warned. The infamous gentleman robber Walter Keane, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach in the southern road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, and then left. This is already the 5th robbery by the infamous gentleman, who, as is his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit with a new hat and the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Keane has been increased to £100. So this guy's probably Walter Keane with his goofy hat. God dang loser. I haven't clicked. Oh! It's a very busy left side of the screen over there. Ah. A sword. Another ring with a ruby. Wrapped piece of confectionery. And a loaded pistol. He seems to enjoy candy. So you're probably Walter Keane. Apparently the dog's name is Coin. Yes, the dog has 2 names too? Okay. This is Little Pip, but we don't have Pipnet as a name yet. Everyone. You are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Mr. David Gorin, you are in charge of all security and arms. Mrs. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it is presented to me. So she's just gonna die, basically. Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Beastia and Golden Doubloon. Both must be fed daily. Edmund Cloudsley. So this is Golden Doubloon, because that's the one that's named, Coin. A doubloon is a coin, so it's a nickname as Coin. Lucia Smith is still around. Right, because the other one was probably fired when they figured out that she was a murderer. Now they're on high alert because the other character, the attempted murder already happened. This man's very oh. The man is breathing but appears to have lost consciousness. Okay, we know who this guy is. You are... David Gorin. There we go. And then we have Little Pip. Boom, look at this clearance rate. We don't even know what's on the right side of the screen yet. I say not knowing if any of this will count as correct. A scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Normal. A key. A loaded pistol. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it to be too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. EC. What are you up to? One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to move the corpse if you send me directions. And be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. You're bringing the corpse to their owner. Let's see. Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Blah blah. Along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Upon entering, blah blah suddenly blah blah shot. Because he looks like he got shot in the head, but it didn't kill him. Suddenly shot. David Gorin. Meanwhile, blah blah blah, the amount of blah in a sealed blah. When blah blah and blah blah entered the room, the blah blah and killed them both. That's getting too hard to parse. He's lost consciousness from a head wound. I guess he could have been beaten. Yeah, let's not go too aggressive there. But this guy sure do have a gun. I'm thinking Walter Keane shot him. Oops, coffin. Shot is the one that's might not be right. He might have bludgeoned him. I don't think he stabbed him in the head. That doesn't seem like the most effective way to knock somebody out. He's apparently been knocked out. I thought he might have taken a shot to the head that glanced off of his scalp and knocked him out. Blah! Y'all sure managed to explode in this room, didn't you? What's going on with your... No, that's your hand. Leg, leg, hand, hand, something? A club. So it clubbed. That's what I was looking for. But then Walter Keane probably didn't do it then if this guy did it. I can't tell what I'm looking at here. Did the club just completely freak out for some reason? Like it's bent and then grew a butt? I can't tell what I'm looking at there. They cut the lock open. This room was barred. And the bar is still there. A shard of the vase. The vase exploded and killed them. We don't know these characters' names yet. Yep. So they saw the lock open. Okay. Nails. So lockpicks, a saw, loaded pistol. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday, in the Timberbrook Inn, and bring all your tools. You get your share as agreed. WK. So this person has the 2 nails tattoo, and this person uses a bat. Jack Nails. There's Jack Nails. brawler has a cart. There is a cart here. Obfuscating burglars, enters through chimneys, little Billy. That's just a burglar and picklock. So these people steal, these people fight. They're both brawlers, but this one has a cart and there is a cart here. So this is probably Hardy Abe. I thought the club was going to be more relevant to his identity. Hardy Abe. I don't even know what I don't even know what this middle sentence down here could even look like. But we still have more to parse. Still the goofy hats and the candy. It's his signature. Also known as a great way to get caught. A rotten apple and a green apple. Why? A small weight is tied to the pull-down lever at the back of the idol. Say booby-trapped it, basically. If this weight fell, it would explode. Hello? A pistol loaded. Is this EC? This is Edmund, isn't it? He cut his hair. Vacuum. This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol, both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Vacuum V2. Attempted with this input and it was a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. Does seawater contain some gold? However, a great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea. What? Get gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at the empty vessel to retrieve it. Just collects gold somehow. Unknown effect 14. If the implications of this are what I surmise, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to some more advanced organic matter. I must ask David to fetch me a dead body for further experiments. This is vitally urgent. So they're about to test this thing that seemed to make the apple rot. Got all the numbers, or the names. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting. The speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger and how long I performed candy cane before it. Freezing. Observation. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded and the glass shards flew everywhere. Oh, is that what he did here? Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If its eye is red, it's ready for the J input, and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform J prime input, and it will return red afterwards. So vacuum. Or gold filtering is a two-step thing. You can alternate between freezing and spontaneous combustion, but you can also use vacuum as a prime, it looks like. It's getting convoluted. Hardy Abe. There's the Abe. Hardy. And that should be Edmund Cloudsley. There we go. That's a strong start. That's that out of the way. These are the empty shots. Oh. They expect me to know what all these are. Okay. Well, this is exploded. These can be yellow or blue. Say Hardy Abe clubbed David Gorin. Along with accomplices. So there's Walter Keane. Walter Keane, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin. Upon entering, Hardy Abe suddenly clubbed David Gorin. Meanwhile, blah blah, the amount of blah in the sealed blah. I think this... Okay, so Edmund Cloudsley. He had time while they saw the door open. So I thought this was talking about the room somehow, but no, he's talking about the vase. Increased the amount of air in the sealed vase. Okay, solved that part. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, gentleman robber Walter Keane pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol that killed two of the intruders. Wow. I have not finished anything this quickly for a while, but I haven't finished this yet, technically. So let's try to parse his notes for that purpose. Disappear. So I guess this must be gold, because both gold interactions have it. I think this might be increase and decrease. Is this decreased air? This just... I don't really know what that one means necessarily. So yeah, prime J must be decreased, because this decreases heat. I think this is heat. Decrease. This might be water and matter, or the other way around. No. What do I take rotten to mean? Like, does that mean decreased water? Decreased matter? Disintegrate. Oh, one of the symbols isn't even here. This one's not here. It gives me not a lot to go on. We've seen that before. This must mean matter. The Green Lantern thing must mean matter. Is... or increase? Wait, no. Oh, this is decreased matter, yeah. This must be air because it's decreased air. Oh, I haven't done that yet. There we go. Wow, not even a sound effect. It's just disappeared. There we go. We have now 100% completed this room. In shocking time. You know what? I'll take it. What do we got here? Then, Sir Coroner, the bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master, Lord Edmund Cloudsley, got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died. Bless his soul. Oh. This fucking dog's face is terrifying. Everyone else looks like people. Why did the dog look like a nightmare? So Cloudsley died, or did he fake his death is the question. What is happening?